Hey, it's the champ Antonio Thurman. You're listening to Tarvis Take, the most informative take in boxing. Just remember where you heard it first. This week, man, I want to highlight my guy, Keith, one-time Keith Thurman, man, from St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida. He one of ours, man, Florida boy that's been representing for many, many years, man. He's back after a long 3-year hiatus, and he fights Australia's own Brock Jarvis, man, who come in with a real nice record, man. He come in 22-1 with 20 knockouts. And Keith Thurman 31-1 with 21 knockouts. Brock Jarvis, when I put his record under the microscope, it was easy to see that he had a lot of suspicious opponents on his record, man. So you got to take your hat off to his management team, promotional company, man. They got him in a position with a real big-time fighter, man, and giving their fighter an opportunity of a lifetime to shock the world and give one-time Keith Thurman another L on his record. I can't foresee that because I just believe Keith Thurman is the real deal. And we know he's faced everybody there is to face in his division. You feel me? Been unified welterweight champion for many years. He fought the likes of Luis Colazo, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, just to name a few, man. But it was the one fight against Manny Pacquiao, that one blemish on his record. And if it wasn't for that split decision loss to the living legend Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman is still undefeated and on top of the world, man. But see, it only takes that one slip up, and he's been bouncing back ever since, man. And that's been about, 5-6 years ago. We're talking about a 3-year hiatus, when he did have Keith. And when he did have Tim Tszyu locked in, he suffered another injury towards bicep, I believe. I was there during the sparring session when the injury happened, man. And Keith Thurman was looking good, brother. He was looking to face Tim Tszyu, and Tim Tszyu ended up losing that fight to a very game fighter, man. I think that's going to be very hard to beat. Martizelia, man, that kid is special. And he got Tim Tszyu out of there, but Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman is facing young guys, hungry guys, and Brock Jarvis and Joey Spencer, who's locked in with Tim Tszyu within a couple more weeks. So they're facing fighters, I would say hungry fighters. I wouldn't say dangerous, you know what I mean? I think Tim Tszyu may have a bigger challenge than Keith Thurman, but the 3 years off, I think, is the only red flag when you're looking at this fight. Can Keith Thurman come back and show the remnants that he had when he stopped, when he came back off another long hiatus? I think it was, 2 years then? 3 years then, 19, 20, 22. Yeah, when he fought Mario Barrios, and he came back strong. So here's a fighter that rests well. Keith Thurman, he don't run the streets. He's a very subtle, you feel me? He lives a clean lifestyle, so to speak. And that's why he's been able to have this type of success and longevity, because you can't get the success without the longevity. Yeah, you got to be in this game for a few years. And Keith Thurman is one of those PBC All-Stars. You feel me? Still is one of the bigger names in the game, right around that 4 pound. You know what I'm saying? But he's still trying to find his way in that division because he hasn't faced anyone yet in the 154-pound division. He's facing a guy that's moving up, has fought some guys smaller than him. So this is not a guy that's statue-wise bigger than Keith Thurman. So I think Keith Thurman is the favorite in this fight. The 3-year layoff, he get a couple 4 or 5 rounds in to knock the ring rust off and then get his timing down. You feel me? See, can he still pull the trigger and execute? These are the things that we're going to be looking to see from Keith Thurman. And we hoping Tim Tszyu is also successful so they can finally get the fight they want, man. And everything is pretty much predicated on how they look in the fight that they have scheduled. I'll be looking, intentionally this week to see how Keith Thurman looked, man. I believe from what I saw the last time, if he can get back on that wave, I think he's going to be looking good come Saturday night, man. I look for him to look impressive and I'm not calling for the knockout. If he want to get his work in 10 rounds, it'll just be important for me to see him in control every step of the way. You can't give a guy like Brock Jarvis, you know what I mean, any type of confidence in a fight like this. Things could get carried away. There you have it, man. You've been listening to Tarvis Take. Listen, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tarvis Take, the most informative take in boxing. Just remember where you heard it first. Until the next time, stay tapped in. I'll talk to you then.